This is a terrifying question facing the global army today, as shocking footage and eyewitness accounts from Korean Air Flight KE-011 have ignited a firestorm of emotion, confusion, and fury across the world. The flight, which carried BTS members Jungkook and Taehyung en route to Los Angeles, has now become the center of a growing scandal after leaked video showed Jungkook, visibly shaken, cradling an unresponsive and bleeding Taehyung mid-flight. Not a manager in sight. No medical personnel. No intervention from the agency that promised to care for them. So where was HYBE? And more importantly, why did Jungkook have to face it alone? This isn't just a medical emergency anymore. It's a mystery wrapped in fear, soaked in silence, and driven by the raw panic of the youngest BTS member as he desperately clung to the one person no one else seemed prepared to save. The 17-second video that changed everything began circulating on X, formerly Twitter, just past midnight, posted by a fellow passenger who claims they initially thought the scene was some intense movie shoot. In the clip, Taehyung is visibly slumped against the window seat, head tilted, a napkin dark with blood held weakly in his hand. Beside him, Jungkook, unshaven, hoodie pulled low, leans in close, whispering something frantic, face pale with terror, lips trembling. Then comes the moment that shattered hearts across the globe. Jungkook wipes away tears, unscripted, uncontrolled, undeniably real, and throughout the entire recording, no HYBE staff in sight. How could this happen? How could the world's most protected idols, flying on a schedule known by millions, be left so exposed? Why wasn't there a medic? Where were the bodyguards? The team? The agency? Where was HYBE? It's a question that has now turned from speculation into public outrage, with fans demanding accountability, answers, and above all, transparency. Because one thing is now clear. Something went terribly wrong in that cabin, and Jungkook wasn't supposed to be the one handling it. He was never meant to be alone. The anger is not just because Taehyung was hurt. It's because Jungkook looked terrified. Because for once, the golden magne wasn't the pillar of strength we know. He was a young man unraveling, holding on to someone slipping away from him while the world sat in silence. And that silence is perhaps the most deafening part of all. HYBE has yet to issue a single official statement. As of this report, we are 72 hours past the incident, and the company's only response has been a vague weverse post thanking fans for their concern and understanding during busy schedules. Not a word about Taehyung. Not a word about the flight. Not a word about Jungkook, who, by all visual accounts, is emotionally shaken in a way we've never seen before, and the fans have had enough. What's worse is that this isn't the first time concerns have been raised about HYBE's protective management. Earlier this year, Jin was spotted without security at an overseas appearance. Suga quietly underwent surgery in 2020, with minimal support shown in the media. Even Jimin, during his last US schedule, appeared visibly unwell and later admitted he had been traveling while sick. But this is different. This time, a member could have died mid-air, and Jungkook was left alone to handle it. What makes this even more painful is the timeline. Less than 12 hours before the flight, Jungkook posted a casual update, a photo of him and Taehyung smiling, drinking coffee at the airport lounge.
No filters, no makeup.
Just two friends, two brothers, enjoying a quiet moment. The caption simply read, "Let's fly high." That moment now feels like a cruel irony, because just a few hours later, one of them nearly collapsed mid-flight, and the other was left with nothing but his hands, his tears, and a prayer. Theories are spreading like wildfire. Was Taehyung already unwell before boarding? Did HYBE ignore warning signs? Why was no medical team present on a long-haul international flight with two high-profile stars on board? Fans have begun dissecting photos and posts from the past week, and many believe Taehyung's health had been declining silently. His recent public appearances have shown visible weight loss, paler skin, and even shaking fingers caught during a fan meeting in Japan. But perhaps the most haunting theory revolves around Jungkook. Did he know? In a behind-the-scenes clip from just days ago, Jungkook is seen leaning into Taehyung backstage, whispering something with urgency. Taehyung nods faintly. Some fans, using lip-reading software, believe Jungkook said, You don't have to do this today. Was that a sign that Taehyung wasn't well? And did Jungkook try to stop him from traveling? If so, why didn't HYBE? There's a deep betrayal in the way this unfolded. Not just in the management's lack of response, but in their seeming lack of presence during the crisis itself. As one army tweeted, "We watched the strongest member break down in fear while holding the most fragile one." And HYBE was nowhere. That's not mismanagement. That's abandonment. In the world of K-pop, image is everything. Control is everything. Schedules are airtight. Teams are built around the idol's every move. But when it mattered most, when a human life was visibly at risk, the very system designed to protect them vanished into thin air. And now Jungkook, who once said in a live broadcast, "I'll protect my Hyungs even if no one else does," seems to have fulfilled that promise in the most heartbreaking way, alone. Even more disturbing is the speculation that HYBE may now be trying to suppress further details. Several fans who posted original video snippets have reported their content being taken down. One anonymous user claimed to receive a legal warning within 12 hours of posting the clip showing Taehyung's condition. Why suppress the truth if it was a simple medical emergency? Why silence fans who are just trying to understand? And most importantly, why hasn't Jungkook been allowed to speak? Fans around the world are demanding answers. The hashtag #WhereIsHYBE has trended globally for 2 consecutive days. Protest trucks have been spotted outside HYBE headquarters in Seoul, blaring messages like, "Protect Taehyung," "Support Jungkook," "HYBE, dear job." Meanwhile, countless fan projects have shifted from celebration to activism. Forums once filled with excitement about BTS's upcoming comeback are now flooded with anger, anxiety, and grief. And through it all, no member has posted, and no video.
No reassurance.
No voice, just silence. Jungkook has always been known as the emotional anchor of BTS. The youngest, but the most resilient. The one who, when others cry, holds their hands. The one who, when the group falls, stands up first. But on that flight, he broke in public. He cried without shame. And in that tear, that trembling hand, that quiet desperation, we saw something we weren't supposed to see. The truth behind the fame, the exhaustion, the pressure, the humanity. We saw a brother fearing the worst and no one coming to help him. This article isn't written to attack a company. It's written because silence is dangerous. Because when idols are treated like machines, even emergencies get buried. Because this time, fans won't let it go. Not when Jungkook cried like that. Not when Taehyung bled like that. Not when help never came, SOE ask again. Where was HYBE? Where were the managers? Where was the medical team? Where was the safety net these boys were promised? And will anyone ever be held accountable for leaving Jungkook to handle it alone? Because make no mistake, he did handle it. He held Taehyung. He whispered. He cried. He protected him. In that terrifying moment, he was not just an idol. He was a brother, a friend, a savior, and the world watched, helpless. Let's hope, for once, that the world doesn't look away again.